Hey guys, how you doing today? Today's video is titled You Had the Audacity and Heaven Took Notice. You had the audacity and heaven took notice. You had the audacity to keep going when everyone else said you were stuck. You stayed soft and this world that tried to harden you. You chose faith even when everything around you screamed fear. You had the audacity when you didn't receive an answer, but yet you believed that heaven was going to answer on your behalf. How could you? You had the audacity to keep moving forward, keep going, keep getting up every day, showing up, especially when they labeled you finished. How dare you have the audacity, even though they did so much to you, but you didn't become bitter. You had the audacity, and heaven took notice. You had the audacity when they gave you every reason to be filled with hate, but yet you decide to show love, not for them, but just for the betterment of yourself, to feel light, to see better, so that you may receive better. You had the audacity to stand when they tried to dismantle you piece by piece. You had the audacity to forgive when they thought your pain would turn you into a rage or even revenge. You had the audacity to grow when they expected you to stay broken. You had the audacity to stay silent when they baited you into reacting. You had the audacity to choose purpose when distraction was placed in your path, just to pull you away from moving forward. You had the audacity to accept God when they thought they had full control of your outcome. You had the audacity to strengthen your faith when they try to condition you not to trust in God, saying that He wouldn't come through for you. You had the audacity to answer the call when it would have been easier for you to ignore. That is why heaven has taken notice, because of your audacity. Now, your audacity isn't of you being rebellion. It's your obedience. It's you agreeing enough is enough. Stand in your faith. Stand and trust in who God is, knowing that He was always with you. It was you who looked away. Now, Romans 12, verse 21, it tells us, do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. Isaiah 54, verse 17, also, it tells us that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Just as blessed is the one who preserves under trial. That's James 1, verse 12. I want to tell you someone else who had the audacity. Several other biblical examples I could give you, but I chose Joseph again today. Joseph had the audacity to hold on to a dream. Even when Joseph was betrayed, even after being thrown into a pit, even after being sold, even after being falsely accused and then in prison. Joseph had the audacity. Everyone around him believed that it was over for Joseph. There was no hope for Joseph. But Joseph, he had something stronger. He had an audacity of obedience. He had evidence. He had audacity of faith. And because of that, he refused to let bitterness take root. See, God elevated Joseph in that very place that was meant to break him or destroy him or dismantle his life. I want you to understand this. Audacity is not like shame, or some will try to shame you because of audacity. Let me tell you. Audacity, actuality, is strength that is in disguise. It's you standing and believing in something that is worthy to change your life. You have the audacity to find your faith. You have the audacity to believe and trust in God's word. It's called courage. That's what audacity is called. And when you walk in good audacity and you walk in courage, meaning that you are walking with God, even when it's unpopular. See, when you have audacity to stand in your faith, it is discipline. This is a way for you that you're trying to stay aligned when it feels uncomfortable. It's the boldness in you. It's you believing even when nothing makes sense. Your audacity is proof that something in you refuses to die. Your audacity is evidence that God kept the fire inside of you. That no attacks, nothing that comes against you, no disturbance can extinguish the flame, the light that God has in you. Now, this isn't just a story, something for you to mirror. See, what I'm trying to tell you is that strength that you still have, that keeps you going, that causes you to show up every day. When people try to disturb you, they try to dismantle you, they try all type of stuff for you to just give up. There is good in your audacity. That is good in your strength. Because people will try to misjudge you. They'll misunderstand your silence or even your action to move forward. They'll try to interpret your growth as arrogance. That's just a way to knock you down. That's a way for you to believe in the lies and the deception that they have. They'll try to provoke a version of you that no longer exists. And that is what your audacity performs. It shows character, the change that you are in. You're no longer led by the strings of the puppeteer. See, you may not be perfect, but one thing you can definitely say, you've moved forward. You brought about change. You're searching to be better. You know, we all fall down at times. We're flawed. We make mistakes, wrong choices. We have things that come against us in life that we don't even probably recognize where it comes from. But yet they still continue on. And that's why you have to continue on. I want to tell you, you have power inside of you. And that is what God says. You don't have to respond to every attack or everything that comes your way to try to hinder you. I can tell you with this channel as well. I've decided now that whatever the facial expression is, I'm going to believe it. You know why? Because I'm going to tell you today, and I'm going to say it in every video. I want whoever's watching it that is going through something in their lives for them to look at that video and watch someone who continues to keep posting, even though they're being hindered, they're being blocked, maybe being felt, made to feel uncomfortable. No more. Every time that you turn on that video and you see a facial reaction or someone hacking in or trying to disturb the video, once you see it up, you can hear it. I want you to know that that is strength. That is resilience. That is someone that cannot be broken. And that's what I want you to be. Not because I say so, because God created you that way. He put power in you. Every time you choose not to be broken, you get closer to your line of deliverance. Every time you choose peace over chaos, you choose faith over fear, purpose over pain. You are disrupting, dismantling the enemy's plan. So, have the audacity. Stand in your strength, in your faith, in your willingness to allow God to direct your life. You don't have to stay broken. You don't have to hear the shouts of the enemy telling you that you're stuck, that you're not going to go anywhere, that they still hold control. You have to have that line of separation. The puppeteer can't hold the line for the puppet forever. That show has to end. There has to be a scene that says finish. So consider that your play is over. Now you have to walk in the light of Christ. You have to believe who you are, not just this word. That's why you have to live in the word of God. You have to believe what 1 John 4 verse 4 says. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. What you have inside of you is greater than anything that's coming against you. Your sickness, your financial situation, your living situation, your job situation, your relationship, your home, your family, your wilderness, whatever the journey you're going through, God is greater. But you have to believe it. And you have to live in that word, knowing that he is the Almighty. He's the God who created you. Now, you may feel that you've done something wrong and why God is allowing this, but sometimes we have to go through certain journeys so God can reform you. He can reestablish you because you lost your way. You got off the tracks. You were in the wrong surroundings. You entered into things and habits that God didn't want you to be. The people. You left the door open for your energy for what God created you to be. And little by little, they were taking bits and patches off of you. Till finally, there was a big hole there. And God said, you know what? They don't get it. So God said, I have to step in. I got to fix this, because that hole was too big. So have the audacity. Choose every time, every day to step forward and be who God created you to be. But I want you to be careful because the greatest trap isn't what they did to you. It's who you become of it. Don't let what is coming against you to turn your heart, make you bitter, for you not to accept change and stay in the light and stay in the dark. You have to be open so light can enter into your life. Don't become who the enemy is holding you and guiding you to be. Break that string and be that person of love, of change, and a betterment. I mean, the world needs you. And you're worthy because you're still here. See, they can pull you out of alignment. But what God does, God puts you back in alignment. And he wins for you each and every time. So you have to stay rooted. You have to stay surrendered, and you must definitely stay faithful because, Jesus, he will win for you every single time, and they will lose every single time when you choose that path of faith. So, yes, you had to have the audacity to heal, the audacity to believe, the audacity to rise, the audacity to love again. Because the world isn't as dark as it seems. It's only because we're looking at it. We see what's being at play. But you can separate yourself from that. You don't have to be what you see and what's going on around you. See, what you didn't realize is that audacity wasn't rebellion. Audacity, like I said before, it's obedience in the face of all adversity. And that's why you can't stop now. You got to move forward. You have to learn how to manage what you were put through. You have to learn how to break free from what seems like it wants to be a part of your life. If you wasn't born with it, get rid of it. Now, I want to tell you that this is more than a motivational video. This is a transformation. This is where faith rises and stands and purpose, your purpose is activated. So if you are ready right now in your life to walk with God and you want to hear his presence and his whisper, I want you to stay right here and lock in. Like, comment, and subscribe to this channel because that is what we're about. We're about moving mountains and we stand faith over fear and we keep going every single day. We have to show our spiritual growth. We can't fake it. We have to be real about it. Now, there will be some struggles, but that's how you know that God is with you because he doesn't leave you down when you fall. He rises you back up. So, hope to see you in the next video. I love you with the love of Christ. Bye. Stay connected. Stay faithful. Stay with God. And always stand in your audacity.